The sun hung low over the sleepy outskirts of a small American town, casting golden streaks across the cracked asphalt of the self-service car wash. Bella, 23, with her tousled auburn hair tied back in a messy ponytail, gripped the pressure washer like it was her lifeline. Her beat-up red pickup, a hand-me-down from her late father, was caked in mud from a weekend camping trip gone wrong, rain-soaked trails that had turned her escape into a nightmare of isolation. She needed this cleanse, not just for the truck, but for the weight pressing on her chest. Fresh out of a soul-crushing job at the local diner, where tips barely covered rent and her dreams of becoming a graphic designer felt like distant stars, Bella sprayed foam with furious precision, water splashing back onto her black tank top, clinging to her skin like unwanted memories. Across the bay, Anna, 25, wrestled with her own beast, a sleek black sedan that screamed city sophistication in this rural nook. She'd driven out here from the bustling streets of Chicago, fleeing a high-stakes marketing job that had devoured her spirit. The breakup with her fiancé, a man whose ambitions mirrored her own, but whose heart never truly aligned, had left her hollow. Anna's dark curls were already damp from the mist, her lithe frame moving with determined grace as she scrubbed away the grime of 1,000 miles. She craved solitude, but the car wash was the only open spot this late in the afternoon, its fluorescent lights buzzing like impatient fireflies. Their worlds collided in a spray of suds. Bella's hose, wielded with a bit too much vengeance, arced wildly as she turned, dousing Anna in a cascade of icy water. Anna gasped, spinning around, her green eyes wide with shock. "What the? Watch it," she snapped, but her voice cracked with unexpected laughter as she wiped her face, droplets tracing paths down her freckled cheeks. Bella froze, the washer dangling limply in her hand. "Oh God, I'm so sorry.
I didn't see you there."
I was lost in my head." Her cheeks flushed crimson under the spray, and she dropped the hose, rushing over with a handful of paper towels from the dispenser. Up close, Anna was stunning. Confident posture, a scar on her collarbone peeking from her wet shirt, eyes that held stories Bella suddenly ached to hear. Anna took the towels, their fingers brushing in a spark that felt electric amid the chaos. "Lost in your head, huh? Join the club. This car's my therapy session on wheels." She smirked, but there was a tremor in her voice, a vulnerability that Bella caught like a whispered secret. They stood there, soaked and shivering, the air thick with the scent of soap and summer heat. As apologies tumbled from Bella's lips, Anna waved them off. "Buy me a coffee instead? There's a diner down the road that doesn't look like it serves regrets." Bella hesitated. Her shift at that very diner started in an hour, but something in Anna's gaze, a mix of defiance and longing, pulled her in. "Deal," she said, surprising herself. They finished washing in tandem, conversation bubbling up like the foam at their feet. Bella shared snippets of her life, growing up in this forgotten town, sketching designs on napkins during slow nights, the ache of losing her dad to a sudden illness that left her anchoring her grieving mother. Anna listened, her own tales spilling out, the corporate ladder that felt like a trap, the fiancé who proposed with a ring but never with his soul, her secret sketches of poetry hidden in desk drawers. "I thought love was supposed to be safe," Anna confessed, rinsing the last of the suds. "Turns out it was just another deadline." Bella's heart twisted. She'd known that hollowness too, in fleeting crushes on girls in high school that she buried under layers of denial, fearing the judgment of a town that whispered about city sins. As they loaded sponges back into buckets, their arms brushed again, and Bella felt a pull, magnetic and terrifying. The diner was a neon-lit haven, all checkered floors and the sizzle of burgers. They slid into a booth, coffee steaming between them. Hours melted away. Anna spoke of her escape to this town, renting a tiny cabin to reset, her voice laced with drama, the late-night drive with tears blurring the headlights, the fear that she'd never feel alive again. Bella countered with her own storm, quitting her job that morning after a rude customer shattered her last nerve, the uncertainty of freelancing with no safety net. "I feel like I'm drowning," Bella admitted, her voice breaking. But today, this feels like breathing. Anna reached across the table, her hand covering Bella's. The touch lingered, warm and insistent. Outside, thunder rumbled, a summer storm brewing. Rain pelted the windows as they paid and dashed to Anna's car, laughing breathlessly. But the drama escalated when Bella's truck wouldn't start, battery dead from the cold splash earlier. "Great," Bella groaned, slamming the hood. Lightning cracked the sky, illuminating Anna's face, etched with concern. "Come on, I'll drive you home," Anna insisted, but as they pulled out, the storm unleashed fury. Roads flooded in minutes, visibility zero. Anna's hands gripped the wheel, knuckles white. "There's a motel up ahead. We can't risk it." Bella nodded, heart pounding not just from the thunder. The motel room was sparse. One bed, the air humming with tension. They peeled off wet clothes, wrapping in scratchy towels, sitting cross-legged on the floor to avoid the intimacy of the mattress. Stories deepened into confessions. Anna revealed her hidden truth. The fiancé was a beard for her unspoken desires, crushes on women she'd ignored to fit the mold. "I was scared," she whispered, tears mixing with rain on her lashes. Bella's breath caught. She shared her own buried longings, the girl in art class who'd made her world tilt, the fear of alienation in a conservative town. The storm raged outside, mirroring the turmoil within. Anna's voice cracked as she spoke of loneliness, her career's hollow victories. Bella, emboldened by the darkness, scooted closer. "You're not alone anymore." Their eyes locked, the air charged. Anna leaned in first, hesitant, her lips brushing Bella's in a question. Bella answered with certainty, pulling her close. The kiss was dramatic, desperate, a clash of pent-up emotions, soft at first, then deepening with a thunder's roar. Hands tangled in hair, bodies pressing through towels, it was a promise born of shared pain, realistic in its rawness. No perfection, just two women finding solace in the chaos. Morning light filtered through curtains as the storm cleared. They drove back in silence at first, then words flowed. Plans, dreams. Bella fixed her truck with Anna's help, their laughter echoing. What started as a soggy accident bloomed into love. Coffee dates turning to late-night drives, Anna extending her stay, Bella's designs inspiring Anna's poetry. Challenges arose, town gossip, family doubts, the pull of Anna's city life. But their bond, forged in suds and storm, held firm. In each other's arms, they found home, a love story as real and riveting as the lives they dared to rewrite together.